Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you basically the championship game for my second tournament. I can tell you this firsthand, doing tournaments is not easy. People complaining, people no showing, people getting the time wrong, people not understanding the rules. Running these tournaments is not as easy as I thought, and I guess I just got to simplify this down a little bit more. But the challenge is just getting people to show up and play their games on time. That's the biggest challenge. Now, the opponents right now, we've got Trent Jensen. He actually got into the second round off of default. And going against Evan Sense Cow as the previous champion of this bracket. He's a top 7% player. He's pretty good with Regs. The guy knows what he's doing. He understands the schemes. He beat me handily in the second round. I had a hard time with it. So he's using the Jets, and the other guy and Trent is using the Giants. I used the Giants against him previously against the Cards, and essentially he just shredded me completely. Real fast with his reads, makes very fast adjustments, and very good with the stick. He's a surgeon defensively or offensively. Defensively, he makes a lot of adjustments, so if you can quick hike him, that's one of the advantages. But I struggled against his defense too. I had several bad plays that happened against me. But he just, he frustrated me completely, where I really couldn't get into rhythm. I did switch up my thing, but I'll show the gameplay with that. You'll probably see this before this. So right here, he's running with 3 wide receivers. He's got a guy over the top, but smartly doesn't go with it. Misdirects and takes off with Darnold. Darnold has basically got cement in his shoes going against that cover 2 defense. So that was a good adjustment by Trent to get things rolling right there. So 2nd and 6 situation, we've got trips off to the right. We've got the tight end off. Looks like he's got a little zone play. He's making an adjustment here. We've got guys down in the box. He goes with the run, and a nice run by Bell, but Jensen's able to go and basically bottle it up with the cover 6 invert defense that he's running right there. So 3rd and 6 situation, this is where Evan Sense basically really shines with his adjustments. So he just out of this particular set goes into a tight set. So this, I think he's running New Orleans or a playbook right here. He drops it down to basically the bench concept with the drag underneath and picks up a first down. So high-low with the adjustment, cover 6 did not take care of that. He picks up a first down with an easy, fast read, gets rid of the ball quick. It didn't have any to worry about any kind of pressure whatsoever. So let's see here, 1st and 10. Basically about 3 minutes left in the corner. He's got that inside zone going off. He's got the trips off to the right side. Adjustment with the defense. These guys are down in the box. He's basically just tempting him to throw over the top. Robbie Anderson comes across, does the inside zone. Nice run by Bell. Pick up a chunky yards and a 1st and 10 to get himself a first down against that cover 2 defense. So looks like he's gonna swap around Robbie Anderson into a different position. And let's see what play he calls. I think he's got a crossers play picked. I am not someone that really has success with crossers. I know that a lot of the pros do. It's just not a play that just play sets that I don't use. And it looks like he's going to settle for the inside zone, just force them to defend it. Look at that nice angle with Bell. Gets really good blocking. He's able to go into the house. So the scoring with Evan Sent is just on top right now. So he's just basically going ahead and just scoring points with this Jets offense. So almost a 4-minute drive, 7 plays, 77 yards, a lot of yards on the ground, forcing the run, just getting people out of their scheme right here. So let's see what he does on defense against Trent Jensen. I played Trent on the previous tournament, won it just barely in the first bracket to move on to the second bracket. So let's see what kind of adjustments he's got. Basically 3-4 odd. That was the defense I saw. He played a lot of 34 just show 2 defense, but he does make a lot of adjustments based on what I've seen in previous gameplay. So right here, it's a nice little run to the outside with the Giants. Probably helped him a little bit to play against me with the previous team against the Giants, and now he's got a little feel for it. So West Coast offense that Trent Jensen is actually using right here. He actually goes in audibles, flips the play a little bit. He's got basically Tight end off to the left, he's got that other wide receiver, and blocking 6, I believe, right here, drops it down underneath, and then basically Evans just jumps down and actually closes it up. So a 3rd and 7 situation, going back with the 21 personnel under center. I'm assuming, okay, so actually it's just going with massive coverage, just hard flats. One of the things I did notice is Evans likes to run a lot of hard flats. And wow, got away with one right there. So wow, that click on just barely missed that. Got an animation to be able to get a first down. So good for Trent, bad for Evans, but it's going to go back back to the box again. And you can see he's actually doing a hybrid adjustment right here. Nice little run, spin move by Barkley, but that run actually gets shut up because basically the entire box, the 7 guys were down there in the box. So back to the center formation. He's got Cashman. He's pulling Cashman out to try to take away in a kind of a sideline pass, and then he's going to put him at a flat. So this is one of the concepts that actually Evans used in previous Madden against a lot of bunch sets. So what he would do is he use a Mabel concept, and he'd basically go ahead and take, he would put a purple and a hard flat over on that side. Now you can see how he's got basically that whole side just completely covered up. And he would use the opposite side right here. So really good dot right there. That was a good play. He took away the opposite side and actually played the other side. So let's see here, double set with Trent on a 1st and 10 situation. Now he's sending the house against him. His responsibility is going to be that slot receiver, but he's bringing guys down to the box. So hot reads right here. Let's see if he actually gets rid of it. And nice read, totally really good read by Slayton to actually get the ball into the end zone. So Trent's doing a lot better than I did. I got the ball down to my first drive, got it down to the red zone, and essentially just gave up on a fumble instead of tying up a score, basically ended up going to be 14-0 on my gameplay. But that was a good drive by Trent. Really good play right there to go ahead and tie that game up. 7-all. So this game's looking pretty good. Let's hopefully it doesn't get too ugly, because basically Evan Sent is just essentially just killing people in this tournament. He's just really been shredding people, but we'll see how things work out. Maybe it's the Jets' love or not. So Anderson takes the ball out of the end zone. Nice little spin move. Oof, almost got a little bit ugly. Got a little bit jiggly with the stick right here. And he's going to go back. Let's see what type of set he goes with. He's going to go with the tray, and he's probably going to flip that play, probably use the corner route in motion the guy over, streak the guy up. So it's a very common pro concept. You can tell that Evan Sense uses a lot of the pro concepts out there. So no, actually he's got basically a levels out. He's going to do a little hitch mount route with Crowder and actually hits the flat. Look at the fast reads, man. He just got his reads down, and then he's got a good stick afterwards. So 3 for 3 with 36 yards with Darnold. And a lot of those other yards that he got in the previous, he got 40 yards on the ground with Bell. So he's just working his running back right now. Let's see, basically I think the cover 6 once again. He's got a levels concept going on. A nice little inside zone. Once again, Bell's able to go and pick up some yards. He got a nice little chunky yards. So 52 yards and 5 carries and a TD against that cover 6 defense. So 2nd and 6 situation. Trent is going to have to get some kind of a stop right here. So everybody's pressed right now. Crowder could be the guy that's going to get over the top. He's got a streak with Davis off the side, but you can see he just takes a check down because everybody goes over the top and just settles for what's inside. So good fast reads, man. You got Evan Sent has just got really good fast reads. Just gets rid of the ball really quick, so he doesn't sit in the pocket. He just makes very good reads, and I respect players that are like that. They just know the progressions, make the reads. Don't depend on a play breaking down and playmaker. They know how to make progressions and make very fast reads and force their opponents to do. So little spot route, he picks up 9 yards off of that. Didn't show that to him the entire game, but spot route him on the backside. A little smoke route to be able to go ahead and pick up 9 yards and make him respect it. So now he's just playing a mind game with Trent. Trent, good luck, man. Evan Sent is a really good player. So going just with the base verticals, let's see here, stays in this play, goes with the inside zone, and look at the blocking with Bell. If I was Evan Sent, I would try to milk this clock right now and try to make this the last possession of the half and go into the second half, just making sure I wouldn't give the ball back to him so he can get a big play. So Let's see what he does offensively. I know that Evan Sent. Okay, so you can see he takes the ball, the clock down to under 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Nice little inside zone, good blocking. Bell's able to go and fall forward and pick up some more yards. So 7 for 72 yards and a touchdown, just all inside zones. And you've got him going into a bare front. You're winning offensively if you've got guys going into heavy sets. If they're not a heavy set user to begin with on their defense. So very, very good game right here. Now, this is where I was playing this game. He would do that running back sweep play, and he didn't have very good success with it. So you can see the touch play was one of the plays he liked to use at it. So now he's going into a close formation out of the I form. Let's see if he just goes ahead and just does a stretch play off to the right or off to the left. So now he's going to go ahead and audible into, no, he's just going to do inside zone. Nice blocking right there, and takes up to the houses and gets it into the end zone. So leaving 2 minutes, three timeouts left over for Trent Jensen with the Giants. A lot of time to actually do something with that. So he's got plenty of time to get the ball down in the red zone. So Trent Jensen, the Giants basically have to think, just get into field goal range, get in a possession situation. I think that he's getting the ball in the second half. So it's critical that actually he just tries to just get some points on the board. If he gets 7, it's great, but if you get 3, that's just as good, because it's going to give you an opportunity to get a score in that second half and actually go up. So 34 odd is one of the main defenses that Evan Sents likes to use. And let's see here, he's going ace formation. This is what I did against him. And he does a counter that, wow, what a broken tackle. Barkley actually braked a big tackle off that. So 3 rushes for 7 yards. Not really rushing the ball too well. He's going to go ahead and switch around. I think he's going to put Jamal Adams in as a deep secondary type position. And I wonder if he's going to roll with a cover 3 coverage. So you can see the cover 3 cloud. He's probably going to go with cover 3 clouds flats right here, pull that safety back up, and he's going to use Mosley. That's the one thing with the Jets. The Jets got really fast linebackers, and look at the user ability that Evan Sents has. So they're just really good. So 5 for 5, 83 yards and 1 touchdown for Trent Jensen. So Trent is working the ball pretty well, but he does need to get some kind of a score. Hybrid coverage going up here. He's got that safety up top. Spin move by Barkley is a no-go, so the clock is just working down. He no huddles. Right now, he's got basically the inside linebackers playing the outside receivers, and he's going to have to basically use Adams to cover that up. Now he's got a cloud flat coverage going off to the right side. So the streak, actually, look at that. He blocked 7. Sent 5 routes. He's got basically everything just bottled up. So basically there was no pressure on that previous play, but Trent Jensen basically thought the house was coming, blocked 7 and only ran 3 routes, and he was actually in complete cloud coverage and manned up in hybrid coverage. So that is very unique with that type of coverage right there. So right here, bad throw and interception. Here's the one thing I noticed about Evan Sent is that all the balls bounce. They all fall his way. He gets a lot of breaks defensively. It just, obviously sometimes when people play certain things, they click on and they get good animations just because of their user skill. But that really makes a huge difference defensively when you're getting turnovers. I had several plays right here. Read option, he tried that before in a previous game. So takes the timeout right there. He still can get some yardage right here. He could pick up a good 20 yards. Evan Sents with the Jets, they actually go ahead and get in field goal range. You go up by another 3 points. Going to do the little bench concept. Basically, look at the dot right there with the bench concept. Gets in field goal range. Smart thing is just to take the points. No reason to go for it because he got himself like a nice little dot on the sideline right there, using Demaryius Thomas to actually get a nice little sideline pass. So he's going to settle for 3 points, and this is a situation where that's what you didn't want to do, Trent Jensen, the Giants. You didn't want to actually go ahead and put yourself in a situation where basically you're not getting those 3 points. So being down by 2 scores is a huge thing. I would probably not try to take this ball out just based on the momentum of the game. But it looks like he's forced to do that, so hopefully he does not fumble it. So Trent Jensen is down 2 scores. So the score 7-17 going into the second half. I think Trent Jensen, if I believe, no, Trent Jensen is actually getting the ball back, so that's good for him. He's got a shot. He's going to have to get a stop against Evan Sense, but Evan Sense has just been on fire in these tournaments. It's just basically shredding everybody he plays. He just shredded me. He would find the holes in my defense, and I had to get out a lot of the things I like to do, so it was very difficult. So back to the 3-4 single back. East is a unique set out of the West Coast playbook. He's bunching everybody up. He's doing a hybrid look right there with basically linebackers and basically putting those guys in a position right there. Missed the oh, look, wow. Did he not come down? Of course he's not going to come down with it. That's one of the good things about playing with bad teams is that they're not going to have these huge, like if you're playing with the Chiefs, those guys are going to catch the ball in traffic and come down with this. That's one of the reasons why I like this is that playing this type of a tournament when you're playing with bad teams is that you're going to have to make really, really good reads. Okay, look at this. I don't know what adjustment he did with Poole, but that, here, this is it. This is basically the game. The game's pretty much over with now. Psychologically, Trent Jensen he has got to be out of this game because just giving up giving up an interception like that, I didn't even see if he had any kind of adjustment or was flat out there. He looked like he was just using a basic cover 4 shell and just making adjustments out of it. So right here, basically inside zone once again with Bell. Going up, it's getting ugly, getting really, really ugly. Hey, Trent, welcome to the club, man. I got destroyed by Evan Sense 2. He just basically walked away with it. It was 31-7 in the previous game. So, I guess, you know what I mean? It was a huge game right there. So, let's go ahead and see if you can get back in the score. Basically, down by 17 points. You got to get some points on the board. Hopefully, you can do something against this guy's defense. One of the key things that I discovered is that and I didn't have it in my playbook. I switched it in my playbook just because I was labbing a Philadelphia playbook for one of my Patreons, and I just mentally checked into that playbook. So one of the things you want to have is a draw play in your playbook. Oh, look at this. Oof, Barkley almost broke that for a big run. So that's the biggest run by Barkley right there with the nice little inside zone. And you got to quick hike this right away. You don't want to let him set his offense up right here. So let's see what happens. Little flare play. He actually throws it over the middle and intercepted again by the click on by Adams. This game is just getting outright ugly. Ugly. 7-31. Trent Jensen is just getting beat down, and guess what? This is the score that I actually closed my game out with. I got beat down 2 by Evan Sense. This guy is the rating champion, Evan Sense, and he's just basically destroying all the guys in the tournament. He's just run roughshod. So 6 games so far in these tournaments, and he's 6-0 and just basically destroying everybody with the adjustments, with the click-ons, basically with the defense, running a simplistic defense and running hybrid shells. Just making adjustments and adjusting to the opponent and just clicking on and just baiting opponents. So 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. You could probably stay with this 34 odd defense and just force Trent to make some changes right here. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So 7-31 right now with the Jets. He's going into an empty set, something a little bit different from what we normally see. Pressure comes off the edge, a little hitch route. Shepard's able to go and break it. Luckily, he does not get the animation of the hit stick. But look at that! 3 interceptions in this type of situation. He's going with the empty set. I guess he's going to force. Let's see if he goes. Nope. Pressure comes in. Doesn't get rid of the ball quick enough right there, and he gets sacked by Cashman. Cashman is a little stud rookie outside linebacker, 90 speed, just a really, really good speed for an outside linebacker. That's one of the reasons what makes the Jets an attractive team defensively is because they got really good speed on the edges with the linebackers. The defensive backs are pretty good, and then you actually have Jamal Adams as a safety. So as you can see right here, he's just going to go with just a basic blitz right here. Not a click on right here, and then Tate's able to go ahead and get some points. So he might right now. Trent Jensen's in a situation where he can score the most. He can score more points than me offensively. But see here, back to the empty set. Let's see what we got going on right now. I think he's chewing the clock down just to get out of this game because that clock down went down a lot. Just a basic cover 4 coverage right here. click on. So this is one of the things I found with Evan Sent's defense is that he does a lot of hard flats and he gives the deep outs. He gives up those deep outs. He allows opponents to throw those deep outs, and I think the reason he does this a reason why he does that is that he realizes that if someone keeps throwing those deep outs, then it becomes kind of predictable, and he can adjust around it and take away those deep outs a little bit later on. So got everybody down in the box. It looks like he's doing man coverages right here. Everything got picked up. Nice little dot in the corner. Ooh, this is a good play. That's probably one of the best plays I've seen by Trent Jensen in this entire game. That dot right there in the red zone caught him off guard. So it goes with the gun doubles right here, just trying to score some points. So scored more points than me. So congratulations, Trent. You did a lot more points against me with this Giants team than I did against the Cardinals. So really, really good job right here. Hybrid coverages, man, you can't give him any time to set up these crazy hybrid coverages. Draw play probably would have been money right there, but look at that nice little dot in there to be down by 2 scores. So let's see here. Yeah, he's down by 17 points or 16 points. So he can get 2 more touchdowns with 2 more 2-point conversions. He could tie this game up. But here's the problem is that once Evan Sent gets on offense, he's going to just basically go and shred this. So Robbie Anderson's able to go ahead and spin the ball back right there, get it to the 25-yard line. And let's see what he does on offense. He goes back into just a trip set, just a basic trip set off to the right side. Got a slot receiver, just inside zone right there, and Bell gets bottled up. So look at that, 10 yards for 103 yards and 3 touchdowns. 10 rushes for 103 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now he's probably going to jump into. I'm assuming he's going to do this jet sweep. That's going to be the play that he's going to use because he likes to jump into that. Let's see here. Checks out of it, goes into stick, and basically goes ahead and throws a stick play. It gets picked off by Ogletree. Will Ogletree get in? He gets in. Wow. Huge play by Trent Jensen, and he has got life in this game. Down by basically 10 points. He's going to go for a 2-point conversion right here. That was a huge play right there. So Shepard right now he's got off the edge. He's just going to go with just the basic coverage, and he actually throws it up top. So down by 10 points. 2 scores, still plenty of time. 6 minutes left in the corner. Trent Jensen gets a nice INT for 6 to get the ball down into the end zone. So he's got life. He got the 1 stop and a turnover and some points right there. So I'm assuming Evan Sent's probably getting a little bit nervous right now because of what's going on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if he changes his strategy around, or he just goes for the jugular and actually throws the ball. Going back into the bunch set right here. Basically got 4 guys down in the box. He's got a eight-man set. He's probably going to go with nice little run right there, and Bell gets his bell rung right there, and it gets stopped for just a couple-yard gainer. And then basically ball goes into the 4th quarter. So 2nd and 8 situation. Evan Sent is in autopilot. Basically 4 linebacker type situations. Got everybody down in the box right here. Spreads everybody out. He's actually giving the inside zone for Trent. He flips things around right here, goes into the bench formation. He's got the bench. This is his money play, and basically that bench route underneath. You got to crossman that guy. That's the only way you're going to go and stop that. So cover 3 sky basically took away the route, but the drag across the middle just basically takes him out of his game. So look at it, he just jumps back into it. He's probably going to do the same play over again, unless he does an inside zone. So right here, actually halfback angle. Gets taken away, and he takes off with Darnold. Dot, look at that dot. What a read. Wow, that was a phenomenal read. I thought he was going to take off with Darnold and actually throw it, but he actually found his wide receiver on the sideline, his tight end on the sideline, and actually just works the sideline and gets the ball up. So I'm sure Evan Sent is actually somewhat aggravated with this situation where he's making this game a lot tighter than it has to be. Right here, nice little inside zone. Bell got stopped at the 33-yard line, and I think that Evan Sent should probably be working clock as much as possible. He probably wants to get this game over with and not give any kind of life, because when you're playing bad teams like the Jets, or you're playing teams like the Cards or the Finns, sometimes just bad plays happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just the QB throws a bad pass, so he's going with verticals right here. He's got the running back out of. He's blocking the running back right here. Let's see if he motions the guy out. He's got his tight end right there. So just basically verticals, and look at a little dot to the outside. I didn't see the adjustment. Was that a quick out that he adjusted to? But look at 9 for 10 situation. I think he's got 1 touchdown in the air, and everything's on the ground. So let's go back into quick slants, mesh, I-form, inside zone. He's going to run the ball. Basically everybody's down in the box and right here, and nice look at the perfect read with the hole, able to go and rush it down. So 13 rushes for 110 yards, 3 yards. He found the hole. He jiggled a little bit with the stick and actually found the hole, and he's able to go and pick up some good yards. So really good vision with his running back. So he's got an out off the left. He's got basically levels concept. And right here he finds a dot. Man, his reads are just money right there. So 10 for 11, 147 yards and a touchdown. He's got 110 yards, 110 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, and just carving everything up right now. So goes into the stretch play, switches things around. He's got the stretch going off the left, jumps into that, and gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So 14 yards for 14 rushes for 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. Big box right there, taking the clock down. Just going to go ahead and try to milk this clock and just basically pick up a victory. But Trent Jensen played, got himself back into this game. Basically being down by 3 scores, he fought his way back into this game. But just couldn't finish it. Right here, look at the read option. This is the second time he throws this read option in, and it just catches people off guard. They're not prepared for it, and it's just so annoying. I think he does it down in the red zone. So he's got I'd have to say that Evan Sent has got an extremely diverse, basically playbook. He's got basically a very diverse, deep playbook. He's got a lot of plays that he knows inside and out. And he knows how to audible out of different formations, put different formations to go to make things very frustrating. So outside of like big spread offenses and going into underneath center and switching into basically an I-form formation, he's got a really good understanding of what he needs to do to go ahead and get people out of their comfort zone defensively. So that was one of the things that I discovered, is he could find ways to discover basically to expose the defenses I was running right here. So right here, a little crosser, got another interception right there, another user lurk, and hopefully Evan Sent just goes ahead and just works his clock and just finishes this game out, because this game is toast and over with. So once again, my subscribers, thank you for your support. Here's that little jet sweep. That was something I was concerned about, because I saw him break some big plays against the previous championship game right here. So dog press was something I was using to shut that down whenever I saw that, because I didn't want to see that type of pressure coming in. Now he's going to go ahead and jump into basically a single back formation. Looks like doubles off the left, and right here just runs the ball up. Look at the plays right there with Bell. Bell's able to go ahead and just pick up some pretty monster yards right here with this. So guys, once again, I really appreciate your support. I'm going to go ahead and just check out with the mic, but this is just a full game replay that I wanted to show of our 2 players here. Evan Sent Kyle is the reigning 2-time championship. With these type of stick skills, it is just hard to stop a guy like this. Going against Trent Jensen, who actually basically fell into the final round based on one of our players actually quitting out, and he just didn't want to wait a few minutes for him to get on. So once again, thank you guys for your support, and until next time.